Hello, Falcons. Mabuhay. Magandang buhay. So, on to part two of our project, right? On Tayo ay Maglakbay. So, each one of you chose a city or a country. And part one included gathering information about your place, right? And you did well on that. Thank you. Now, you are now into part two of the project. And by now, you should have collected or inserted 10 pictures of your place of choice, right? So make sure that if you select an image or a picture, please indicate the website where you gathered the picture. But if it is your own picture, just like in all of my slides here, then there's no need. So let's just giving credit to where credit is due, right? So here, for instance, you are now um, tasked with inserting text boxes. So it says here as part of the details of this assignment. So for each of the slide, write an English word and a Tagalog word equivalent that elicited, meaning that kind of evoke an emotion, idea, or value of cultural importance or celebration of the place. You can add kulay or colors, bilang, or there can also be a number there in Tagalog, petsa, the date, which can include days and months of the year, araw at buwan on the slides. So see the example or exemplar of the teacher or guro, that's me. So here you can mention colors, right? The colors in Tagalog. You can mention numbers. I have here from 1 to 31 because I'm thinking about the maximum number of days in a month, right? And then, of course, you can also have the days of the week, you can mention them, or the buwan or the months of the year. Now, you can also write on something about your picture. Maybe it's a celebration of festival, maybe in that place, mention that. So maybe it's a tourist spot or attraction. So you can also be very specific on the kind of ceremonies that we are seeing on your slides. Now, feel free to include also some of these emotions or general ideas about the picture that you've chosen. Maybe it's a beautiful scenery. So instead of saying beautiful scenery, write down magandang tanawin. You can say, oh, it's beautiful. The place is beautiful. You can just mention the word beautiful or maganda, fascinating, nakakahalina, amazing, nakakamangha. So these are just some of the words that can go into your pictures, right? So more words now on the text, the better, right? So here, if I have my example here, tayo maglakbay sa Volendam. So it would be nice if there's a flag of the place. So I said here, bandila ng Netherlands. And you might counter, oh, I don't know the Tagalog word, Miss F. So what you can do is always search for it. So I could just say flag in Tagalog. So let's see what comes up. It says there, bandila. That's why I was able to write down the word there, bandila ng Netherlands. And of course, you can always just have this later on. Gawani, that's your work. Then pangalan, that would be your name. Silid aralan would be your homeroom. Petsa would be the date of submission. Maybe all of you could write here December 18. So this would be the end of the school year, at least of this year, right? Diciembre 18th, 2020. So this is the deadline of this assignment for Tagalog. Okay. So you might notice here, I also indicated here the pages so that it would be easier for me to mark. So you can say that page one, the word page in Tagalog would be pahina. Pahina one, two would be dalawa, tatlo, apat, lima, anim, pito, walo, siyam, sampo. Pahina sampo or page 10. That's what I expect from this assignment. Now, you have here Miss F wearing yellow clogs. So maybe I could put in the word yellow here. So how do I do that? So please watch me. You can click on insert here and then text box and then create the text box. So write down the word. So Dilaw, dilaw. But that might be too small, right? So highlight that and go to the sizing here. So you can adjust the font. Just click on the plus sign till you get satisfied with the size of the font. So maybe that's good for me. I want it centered, so I can move here, click this, and then there you go. I want it to stand out so that the teacher or the guru, Miss F, can see it right away. So what do I do? Maybe I can change the color of the text into white, but then maybe I can fill it in with yellow just for it to be a standout. But maybe you're not satisfied. Maybe white is not okay. Maybe I'd better use the classic black, right? So I could just do that maybe. So let's see what happens here. So there you go, right? So one can clearly see that it's just bolded out, and I can see that you made use of the kulay here, the kulay dilaw. Okay, now even here, the flag itself, you can put in the different colors. What is red again? That's pula, white is puti, blue is azul. So I can create three boxes here. Now, so I can again go to insert, text box. So it's repetitive, right? Till you get it. So I can just put there pula, pula, red, right? Maybe you can not really see it. Maybe you want to click on bold and then again increase the size of the font. So pula, okay? So I think that looks nice now, but and if you want, you can just change the color of the text into red, right? So you get to see the color red, okay? So let's see. So go back here and then click red. Okay, so there you go. And then, of course, this is why a shortcut can be your here, right? The crosshair, that means you can just cut and paste, right? So Control C, Control V. So maybe I can just put the color here. Of course, this is not pula, this is what? This is azul, right? Or blue. So I could just have it there and then pick the color blue here, okay? So there you go. Or if it's too bright, so maybe I'd better pick this kind of blue, okay? So you have blue there. And then of course I have here what? The white color, or in Tagalog that's puti. So again, let me just copy that again, right? So here, Control C, Control V. So I can just put on the color here and make this as puti. Okay. So putti. Okay, so if I want this, maybe I would like to adjust the color inside to be white. I can do that, and then I can just do that there. Okay, so you have putti there, right? So you can have something like this. Okay, and of course, maybe I just want a different color there. Let me make it maybe white. Okay, so pula, puti, aso. So that's one way of putting in the colors to the slide. Now here, this is a very good scenery. Maybe I want to put in an emotion to what I see here, like beautiful scenery. So how would I say that in Tagalog? So again, I have here some ready-made descriptors or adjectives that you can use. Why not? You can just pick it out. Like you are here, so maybe I could just copy this, right? So that it would be easier for me to type out. So that's one way of doing it. And then I can go here, right? And then again, insert the text box. Okay, so by now you would be very familiar with um, using the insert text box feature of the Google Slides. So I have it here, right? So I have here magandang tanawin. Or maybe I cannot. So let me just type it. Magandang tanawin. Okay? So you can have something like this. And maybe you want to change the style of the font, feel free to do that. So this would be the thing that I would also be checking on the slide. So remember, each slide is worth 10 marks. So I would look at the text boxes, the way you manipulate the features of the Google Slides. So here, for instance, maybe I can use a different style. Maybe lobster here is always a nice style. And then I could just maybe make it bigger this way, right? Magandang tanawin. And then I can position it in the middle, maybe bring it in the middle. So that can be it. So if I wanted it to be a different color, I can also do that, right? Maybe I wanted pink, right? Or rosas. So I can do that. Magandang tanawin. Now, where would numbers come in? Maybe in this picture, I can see how many sheep. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. And maybe there's another one hiding behind that. So around nine. So what is nine again? So in Tagalog, again, you go back to your slide here on the numbers, right? Nine would be sham. So I go back to this. Then I could just have it here like sham, right? So let me just put that in and create again the text box. So insert text box, and then I can write there CM na tupa. Tupa is sheep in Tagalog. So we can be more descriptive, right? So I could just again increase the size and then maybe bold it out and then put a different color. Maybe white would be nice because it's against a dark background here. So I said CM, and I can also, and you can just check on your spelling. So CM, sometimes it takes practice, right? CM, natupa. Yeah, I should follow the rules of convention as well. So small t, okay? Tupa. That means nine sheep that I see here. Now, yes, and it brings happy thoughts, right? When I look at this picture, I can even describe the grasses here, like the green color. So I can just add in that word green, right? So I can do that again. Insert text box, insert text box, and then I could just have it here, right? Let's see the color green here. So what's the color green again? Verde, okay? Verde. And usually grasses are green, right? So here I can again adjust the sizing of the font here, make it bold. And then if I want a different color, maybe I'll stick to the white there, right? So it's there, verde. Okay? Siyam na tupa, verde, magandang tanawin. Okay? Or I can even say, because Miss F is smiling, masaya. Masaya si Miss F, right? So happy Miss F. So I can even have that. Insert and then text box. And then I could just say here, masaya si Miss F. I'm happy here, right? So, and then I can again increase the size, right? And then make sure that I see the words. So you have to play with the colors here. So there you go. So I have here. So maybe I can just put there, okay? So I can have something like this, right? So when you see a picture and there's closed captioning, there would be the words. It makes more sense, right? You kind of tend to appreciate more the picture in the slide. So this is how it's going to look like on your end, right? I could again mention numbers here. How many windmills do I see here? Now, if I'm not familiar again with the Tagalog word, you can always Google on it, search for it, and then I could say windmill in Tagalog. So windmill, and sometimes it says a contextual meaning. So sometimes it's difficult to just get the appropriate word. So if it's not giving you any, so I don't advise you to put in the word. But it says here molino in Tagalog, and that's really just new to me. Also, I did not know that windmill means molino. So I could just add that in if you want. How many windmills do you see? One, two, three, four. So four would mean apat. So again, I can click on insert and text box. So I could just put it there. Apat. But na molino. Okay, so I can just again highlight that, click on the plus sign so that it becomes bigger and it would stand out. I think, what do you think about the color? Do you think that's okay? Like black? Maybe I could choose another one. I could just have maybe red for this color. Maybe red would be okay. So there you go. I have apat na molino, right? You can also bold it out so that I could see it better. So apat na molino, meaning four windmills, right? So I'm standing. You can say, nakatayo si Miss F. I'm standing, right? Or I have a bag here which is yellow, so dilaw na bag, right? So I can also add that. But when you get into my other slides, you get to see this typical houses in Netherlands or in Holland, right? So kind of colorful. So I could say makulay na mga bahay, right? So I could just say here, again, insert a text box. So hopefully you get the hang of it, like how you put in the text boxes. So I have here makulay or colorful, makulay na mga bahay. Bahay is house. Okay. So here, if you cannot see it again, bold it and then till, and then of course adjust the color, makulay, makulay na mga bahay. Okay, so you can have it there. Okay, and then you can mention some of the colors if that's what you want, and so on and so forth. So again, makulay na mga bulaklak. Bulaklak would be flowers. So your call. So I hope you will enjoy this part of uh, the assignment. From the pictures, now you're adding words. I think that's enough modeling for you, and I hope you got it. You would know what to do. Okay, thank you. Salamat, Falcons. You can do it. Thanks.